What's up, guys? Ocean Boy here, giving you guys the final round of Edison here at Cardfinity. On the left we have Ali on Hero Beat, and on the right we have Mauricio on Vayu Turbo. Then we have our old and faithful Strato summon. Get that easy +1. Team where we pick up Captain Gold. We try to use it, but unfortunately there is a no fail-safe search in Edison, so might be a misplay here from Ali since we have Skyscraper in hand. Goes for the swing, gets hit with the Deep Prison, but we set 2 and pass. Now we normal summon Greffer, pitch that Vayu, standard dark Vayu Turbo, Dark Greffer plays, right? Ditch Vayu, gets Sirocco, goes for the swing, doesn't summon the arm wing, but we just go for a healthy 17, then 17, and then set 1 pass, gets chained a Yada. Seeing what kind of cards we can get going here with Ali as we go for the second e-call. See what we pick up a Voltec already. Seeing what kind of plays Ali can come get. Goes for the Skyscraper, gets chained the Deep Prison, so unfortunately the Skyscraper wasn't getting the best use on with that since the Deep Prison happened. Goes for the set 2 pass, gets hit with a Heavy Storm, but unfortunately no Starlight Road here for Ali. It's very unfortunate to see. And then Mauricio goes for a nice special summon R Wing since we hit with a 17 here already, so we're getting hit for another 4,000. Sets 1 pass. Could be a bad situation here for Ali as we go for a normal summon Alias, swings and sets 2 and passes. Mauricio with 3 cards in hand goes for the hamster +1. Very lucky that it wasn't for a Raiko, as we could get that Alias removed. 1 card in hand, goes for the swing here for 23, but unfortunately Deep Prison is there to get removed. Goes for another set and pass, gets rid of the hamster, and then goes for another set pass. Go for for another hamster here, and then as we're seeing these Raikos kind of formulating here for spot removal, goes for the Raikos, hits the Alias, no Gem Spark to get chained here, and then we go mill 3. Normal summons Vayu, goes for the swing, special summons Alias through Call of the Haunted, so that way it takes no damage. Do we have anything to just stop it? Unfortunately we don't, but we go for the Plague play, going for a level 8, and then picking up Stardust here, but ends up getting Solemn, unfortunately. Very low on life points on Ali's side with low amount of cards, as a Raiko is still live on the field. Goes for the e-call. See what monsters we can pick up here. Hopefully that we can use that extra card that we have in our hand to get rid of this Raiko. Unfortunately, it might just not end well for Ali. Summons Ocean, goes for the swing, hits for 1100, and then goes for the Raiko here. And then as we're seeing here, a lot of targets for Raiko. Seeing what kind of mills we can pick up here, as we can get a Necro Gardna in the grave, saving ourselves for the attack. Goes for the Dark Arm Dragon, and crazy top deck that we saw there, solidifying the game. Round 2 here, starting off with Stratos here, as we always see it happening with Ali. Picks up an Alias, and see what kind of defense we set up for the Stratos. Hits an upstart, so nice pluses all around. Draw 1, extra 1,000 on Mauricio. Sets 1 passes. Mauricio, see if we can start off with the same way that he started the round, previous round. Goes for a set 1 pass. Could be a Raiko, but sometimes, you know, we like to set other things there. See what kind of face down we're looking at here. Normal summons Alias, chains Gem Spark, gets hit a Plague Spurt, so unfortunately it was not a Raiko, so sadly we don't see that +1 happening from Ali. He goes for the swing 18, gets hit. No Gorge, so of course he's out of the picture here. Mauricio goes for a nice T set and then passes. Not a lot of aggression here, probably looking for a good setup play on Mauricio's side. Goes for the swing, gets hit, and it's another Vayu. So all these sets, particularly buff, gets hit with a Bottomless through the ocean. Then we just pass. Not going for any other aggression play. Gets hit with an MST for the Bottomless. as we normally summon Armageddon Knight. Since no back row from Ali, this armoring is safe to be summoned, and we can see a little bit more of the turbo package from Mauricio's perspective as we get hit with a difference of 23 and then 14 direct. Interesting play here as we pick up Voltic, and then as we go for the e-call, ditch out Captain Gold to pick up the Skyscraper. Goes for the activation, swings over Voltic, picks up the Ocean. Ocean gets rid of the arm wing, and we kind of see a really good value here from the Skyscraper through Voltic, picking up these other monsters that are able to hit over those 2k beaters and above. But it's only when you attack, so unfortunately they do not offer a lot of good defense. It's a good offense card. Starts off with a Rhoda, Mauricio on his turn. Hits up an Armageddon Knight, and then mills up the Vayu, so starts loading up those Vayu packages as we end up extending now to our Armor Master. And Armageddon Knight to get rid of Voltic, but unfortunately we end up defending the Ocean with the Deep Prison and getting rid of the Armor Master as well. Not a lot of cards in Mauricio's standing, and as we're looking here, we end up passing, so we end up getting that +1 from Ocean, seeing what kind of target he wants to pick up. Picks up Stratos here, and ends up going for battle, and he swings. No, I'm kidding. He goes for the Future Fusion and ends up loading up his graveyard finally, to make sure that his miracles are finally live. Ends up dishing Ocean and Alias, so we do see that water in the ocean, the graveyard now live. Goes for the Stratos, picks up an extra +1, picks up Alias, and then we're seeing a healthy amount of cards here on Ali's side. Goes for the swing, hits the Armageddon Knight as 3 darks are still live in Mauricio's graveyard. Could be a dangerous position here for Ali as Dark Arm Dragon is live now. Mauricio draws. Could Dad be home? Does not seem so, so we end up seeing a different kind of play here from Mauricio's side. Still have Plague here, but we end up normal summoning the Gale. Goes for the half and then swings, so ends up getting rid of that Ocean's +1s. And as we see him turn 1 happening, go for the Call of the Haunted play, picks up Ocean. Then with Ocean's effect, we end up picking up another monster here, as we're seeing a lot of +1s with these nice extenders of Call of the Haunted. Ocean goes for the swing here, and do we have anything to stop this attack from going through? Go for the Deep Prison, so unfortunately one Ocean goes away. Then we have Stratos who goes for the attack. Then we normal summon our Concentrated Light. So unfortunately there's no more normal summoning darks or special summoning darks, so it might be a tough matchup here. But do we have the non-lights from the Vayu package to stop this Concentrated, or would this be a strong and hard position for him to go? No, we have the Lightning Vortex, so don't need none of that. And but we do end up passing, and unfortunately turn 2 has happened and we have a free 0 on the field with an Alias. Goes for 19, drops the Gores as his final card in his hand, ends up killing the Gores. They're very interesting. Yeah, ends up killing the Gores through the Skyscraper, and then as we start off with Card Trooper milling 3, tries to get rid of the Alias, gets hit with a Gem Spark. Unfortunately, that Card Trooper would not be getting over that Alias, but the Gore token will be. Ends up passing, and since Gores is out of the picture here with no Necro in the grave, that does solidify round 2 here. Now round 3 and final round coming up. See if Mauricio could take the spotlight here. Starts off with a Greffer play. Don't know if he specialed that. Good check. No, it's just a normal, just to set up his graveyard. Ends up setting 1 and passes. We go for the set 2 and pass. I'm not trying to overextend here. See the Card Trooper coming out, going for the mill 3, and then as we see Gores out of the picture with 3 darks in the grave, could be a dangerous spotlight here for Ali. But we go for the swing for the 19. Does not happen. We hit the D prison, and then we go for swing for 17. The grapher. Ali just sets 1 and pass. Then we go for swing 17, but gets hit with the D prison. So not a lot of resources here on Mauricio's side, but as we do still have that Vayu that Vayu in the grave. As we see that getting activated. But we end up chaining Shadow Imprisoning Light. Wow. Ali coming with all the floodgates here. And then we get chain, unfortunately, just having the outs. Mauricio pulls up with an MST, but gets chained with a bottomless. So a lot of 1-for-1s here trades. But as unfortunately we normal summon a Vayu here to start off putting some damage. Gets hit with a Stratos effect happens, we end up getting bottomless. So we'll get that +1, but unfortunately no monsters on the field, so it could be a dangerous position here for Ali. See here as we set 1 and pass. Don't worry, it's just a lot of people walking back. It's not an earthquake. Special summons, tribute summons Cyber Dragon for extra 2100 into Ali. Doesn't seem like Ali has any answers for this Cyber Dragon, so as we do set up 3 more cards and passing. With the Vayu in the grave, we do summon Plaguesburger. Do we end up going for the Black Rose Play just to get rid of all those monsters cards that Ali has? We end up chaining the Torrential, and nothing getting chained back here as we do see, but Dark Arm Dragon live again through all of what's happening, but do end up chaining the second Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, so it's just a 2300 beater vanilla stick. It's still strong enough to put him in a very lethal position. Do we have something that we can get rid of here? But do we have any monsters slower position? Go for a Hero Blast as we set and do wait a turn. Battle phase, we swing for the 17 and solidify the game, as unfortunately we didn't have any waters for those miracles.